Thank you for listening and welcome to the Life Podcast, a proud member of the Eventide Entertainment Podcast Network. I'm your host, Don Smith. Mike Shea is in with Aaron Lopez to promote their upcoming podcast crossover of Mike Talks Movies and The Drive-In, just in time for Avengers Endgame. If you enjoy the show, like and follow the Life 1069 on Facebook and Don Smith Comedy on Twitter, or tune in live on Tuesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. on WWSU 106.9 FM, or you can stream the show live at wwsu1069.org.
The brutal presence overwhelms me. The brutal presence overwhelms me.
All right, it is that time of the week again. It is time for the Life Radio Show. I'm your host, Don Smith. We're back in the studio. We're ready to go. We're rocking. Got Mike Shea in as a guest co-host for the week.
Yeah,
welcome aboard. Again.
Glad to be here.
Been a little while.
Yeah,
has it? I don't even remember anymore. Everything blurs together.
It was a few months ago. It's always me and Scotty. So.
Yeah, except for today. It's
except
not
for
you
today.
and Scotty. Today it's you and Ron.
Me.
Aaron Lopez. Aaron Lopez is in with us. Welcome back.
Thanks. It's been about a year, I think.
It's
I was
been
thinking, I came
a
on
while,
for
yeah.
we were doing some Rock of Ages auditions. I was talking about that, and that would have been about a year ago.
See, yeah, everybody, all these shows, like I said, they blur together.
They do.
Just time and time again. But anyway, I had mentioned that I named the Facebook live feed Rest in Peace Big Sexy.
Yeah.
Just so you know, for those of you who know Charlie Hester, Big Sexy is was her, I believe, yellow lab.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, they had to make the difficult decision recently. So my condolences to Charlie and the Hester family on the loss of Big Sexy.
Great name for a dog.
It is a great name for a dog.
That is.
Come here, Big Sexy.
Yep.
That's
See how people turn their heads.
It's a very Charlie thing to do.
Yes,
name your dog.
Yes.
Petting Big Sexy.
Yep.
That's
So-
a big sexy howl.
So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there
Okay.
and let Charlie know that we're thinking about her here on the Life because she's become a big part of the program.
She really has.
She has.
I see her name pop up more than just about anybody's.
Oh yeah. Well, she about every other week.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's never been more fun.
Yeah. Great way to start off a comedy show.
But here's well, I mean having Charlie in. You know.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Mike Shea's going to be fun as well.
Yeah, I'll be all right.
He'll be all right.
I'm not Charlie Hester. I ain't gonna try to be Charlie Hester.
No. So what's been going on, Mike? How you been? You
Good, man.
we were
Bit
talking a little bit about the Franklin Tavern show that's not going to happen.
Yeah, that was a thing that is no longer a thing.
Yeah.
That was next month. We were going to be on that. It was going to be a stacked lineup.
And then I dropped out.
You dropped out, and so the bar said we can no longer continue doing business.
Exactly.
In a world where Don won't be performing on our show, so
it's very unfortunate, but we have actually that May 18th when that show was supposed to be, we have a movie premiere at Wiley's.
Oh,
The Goocher.
Oh, wow.
The Goocher.
Okay.
You can't miss that.
You cannot
miss the
I
Goocher.
thought- I thought
you cannot miss the Goocher. That is for sure. If ever you wanted to see a movie with people dying and squirting weird things out of their mouth, it's the Goocher.
Like you do.
Is what you want to see. Yeah, absolutely.
Squirting weird things out of
So
the Goocher.
is this
go to YouTube and check out the Goocher and watch the watch the trailer because you got to watch the trailer for the Goocher before you see it in person.
You got to preview the Goocher. You can't just get the whole Goocher at once.
Oh
You
yeah,
gotta-
yeah.
You gotta,
You don't want to take on the Goocher all at once. That's a rough way to go.
You got to go slow and savor the Goocher.
Yeah, just have a nibble at a time. That's why it's named that. That way, it just automatically people are intrigued.
It has my
the
attention.
Goocher.
I know nothing about it, but it has my attention.
As soon as you say, "Hey, you want to see the Goocher?" Most people are like, "I'll take a look."
Why not?
Couldn't hurt.
What's the downside here?
Tain't one I can think of.
Oh.
Oh,
Off to a fly.
We're rolling now.
Rest in peace, Big Sexy.
Wait, the Goocher or the dog?
Yeah, sure.
So, Mike,
Yeah.
how you been?
I'm good.
So what's going on with Eventide? Well, give us an Eventide update. We'll get serious for a minute.
Well, let's get time for your Eventide entertainment
Yeah,
update here on the Life with Don Smith.
We'll ease off the Goocher and let you talk about your entertainment.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on right now. The big thing we have, which is, kind of the reason why we're here, I'm not going to bury the lead. So Aaron, as we all know, is the host of the Drive-In, our movie review and show that airs on Thursdays at 9 a.m. Check it out, new episode every week. And Avengers Endgame, as pretty much everybody knows, comes out this week, the culmination of 11 years of superhero filmmaking. So we're going to be doing a big live group review of the film from my home studio on Sunday night.
Cool.
As your phone
That's my
dings
phone,
on
yeah.
the air. Way to go, Don.
Well, I was just
Peek
making
behind
sure,
the curtain, everybody.
I was just making sure that people were paying attention. That it's going to be exciting. And
Oh yeah,
we have
Tweet,
to make
tweet.
noises when there's excitement.
But,
That's a text message from somebody. I'm afraid to look. So.
but this is all Aaron's idea. He's the one who came to me and said, "Hey, we should do this."
It was your idea that I get a text message.
Yeah,
from you?
I thought, hey, 3 minutes after the Goocher, we'll make sure that he gets a text message and we'll say, hey, professionalism.
Yeah.
That's,
Exactly. We need a distraction from the Goocher.
Yeah, no, I was trying to figure out something,
I shouldn't have looked. I shouldn't have looked at this text. I don't know why. My wife just sent me
Oh God, did she?
sent me a text that says I'm trying out Roosters.
So
I'm assuming that's
man.
the restaurant.
I
would
didn't
hope
know.
so.
But I don't know.
I didn't
Maybe
know
she's-
you were having marital problems there, Don.
Hey, when the wife starts trying out other, anyway,
You could say it.
I'm
cock.
assuming that's the restaurant Roosters, but
All right.
that's unprofessional to check your text on the air and
Yeah.
then go ahead and. But at least I read it out. I didn't
Yeah.
just keep it all to myself,
you go.
I
So
appreciate that.
just so everybody
I
knows,
thought
my
you were gonna
wife
say-
is currently trying out Roosters.
I thought you were about to tell us that she sent you the coocher.
I was waiting for it.
Nope, just the Rooster.
Just the rooster.
At least she's not trying the Goocher.
Yeah, that's the Rooster Goocher. We just named the episode.
There we go.
And my pen died. Okay. Here we go. There we go.
Oh, we didn't name the
Yeah,
episode.
the Rooster Goocher. Yeah, that was just the Facebook Live feed. I was naming the other. So
Oh, okay.
anyway,
So yeah.
Yeah.
where were we?
so-
You guys are doing some kind of a show.
So I had been trying to figure out a way to do something bigger for Endgame. The Infinity War last year was a 3-hour episode that I had a couple of people over to record for. I had to split it to 2 weeks because I didn't think anybody would sit and listen to me for 3 hours straight. So I was like, all right, well, let's test it out. Let's do a big, Endgame kind of mega episode, and reached out to Mike and got a couple of the Drive-In alums coming on, and we're gonna talk for 3 hours, and we're gonna put it to the test.
That's a long episode
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Well, there will be alcohol involved.
Oh yeah.
Because
Oh, well, it's all
Beverages.
good then. It's all
I mean, there's no way I'm after what
Before?
we're about to put.
So are
Before,
you going
during,
to start
after.
early and
Before,
then you
during,
go all the way
after.
through?
No,
Okay,
yeah.
good.
But yeah, so well, yeah,
I'd hate for
Ben-
you to get parched in the middle of everything.
we got Ben Norsworthy, who also hosts Offensive Foul here on Eventide. He's coming on, and you're gonna have to help me. I'm forgetting the
Aaron
other guy's
Brewer.
name. Aaron Brewer. That's right.
He's been
coming
on. He's been on a handful of my shows. Does a lot of the superhero shows.
Oh, okay.
Big comic book nerd as my follower as well. And
Mm-hmm.
he did the was it Justice League. He had some good things to say about Justice League, so maybe we can't really trust his judgment.
No,
But,
no,
no, it's
to
all
tell
right.
you the truth, you know how many of those I've seen?
None.
None. I haven't seen them.
I did
When's
I did the marathon this weekend, so I watched 20. In a row.
Wow.
Wow.
So
Uh,
still recovering from that.
How?
like
Nope.
he's married. How?
Yeah, that's exactly the only reason, because she watched the dog for like 2.5 days straight for me. But yeah, I don't because over Easter weekend, and I'm from Illinois, so I have no family here except for the wife and I, and So we had nothing going on Sunday.
So you just ignored her for 2 full days.
I did. She
Yeah.
loved it.
I had to perform at Zany's in Chicago or St. Charles, and I was gone for 3 days. And when I got back, I was in so much trouble. It took 2 weeks before she started to speak to me again. I think in 2 weeks she said 2 words to me the whole time, and it was probably "move, please," and that's about it. So I'm impressed.
I should say, yeah. We, I told her that it'd be something I've been wanting to do for quite some time, just simply because with, the more you wait, the longer the marathon's going to get, and so with it being perfect timing, and we had I had Friday off from school, and just went for it. And she not only watched the dog, but was quiet when I had to record. I recorded little 5-minute snippets after each episode, and
Just as a word of warning, though, if you ignore her for too long, she may start trying out Rooster.
she may go for some Goochers. I don't know. So.
Just so you know, that's just speaking from experience.
Yeah.
It worked out for me too, because I had been looking to make upgrades to my studio anyway, and so I figured, well, having 4P, I had a 2 mic setup, real simple, not a whole lot of. I hadn't tried out any new software or anything for live programming, and so I was like, well, this is kind of a good opportunity to.
So this is going to be a live.
This is going to be live.
Wow.
We use Spreaker to distribute the podcast network, and Spreaker gives us a desktop app that lets you do a live broadcast streaming online. So with kind of like what you got in here with the soundboard for clips and songs and faders and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
all the stuff we don't really use.
Yeah. So we're gonna, and I that's how I used to do when Mike Talks Funny first started. It was a live show. I used to do it live ahead of time. Do it live around middle of the day, and then it would go up at the end of the night. So we're gonna do it live. I've got it set up to where I experimented with some the live video streaming today. That's not something I'm used to doing as much. So we might do that, we might not. But I've got it set up to where if anybody, or we'll have Discord open, because on Spreaker you can do a live chat, but only if you have a Spreaker account. But with Discord, anybody can use it. So I'll have that in case anybody wants to send us questions or whatever during the discussion. I'll have a thing set up to where people can call in as well. I love my new mixer. It's so great. It lets me do so many things. And I've got enough inputs for microphones. So everyone's going to have their own mic. It's going to sound none of this fake. Are they on Skype? No, we're going to be in the same room together having an actual conversation. And
cool.
So this is going to be an experiment on many levels. We're doing a lot of experimenting on Sunday.
Yeah, sounds like
try everything once.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then if it works out, there you go. You're all set up to do that stuff.
Yeah,
again.
if it works, if this kind of thing works out, then it does open a whole new level of what the network itself can do and what other shows can do, and also it's just a good learning experience for
right.
Because a lot of this stuff I've never messed with before, so it's been a learning experience for me too. So
Yeah, live shows are always more fun. Too.
Oh, they're great.
Yeah.
They're great.
That's the only reason I keep coming in here.
Right. That's why we do stand up. That live audience, man.
Yeah, I mean, there's no audience.
No, there's an audience, but they're just not in the room. But
Oh,
yeah.
really? You really think so? That
Yeah.
makes me feel good that somebody thinks there's an audience.
Thanks, Mike.
It's all of the
People listen to
electrodes in the computer.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think we got one. We might have one. I told my dad I was going to be on. I said, "Hey, Dad."
There you go.
On,
People download the episodes occasionally.
Yeah.
Not just on Eventide.
No,
but I
no.
get,
Your show does well everywhere.
Yeah.
Including at Roosters.
Including at Roosters.
Very
This is
popular
being
at Rooster
broadcast-
Farms for some
being
reason.
broadcast to roosters as we speak. And crickets.
Not
Mostly
chicken
crickets,
farms,
but-
specifically Rooster Farms.
Right. It's all about the See, I miss Charlie. She was the voice of reason.
Wow. Okay.
Just kidding.
I was going to say, that's unfortunate.
There's no reason on this show.
No, not at all.
So what do we have left to talk about? The drive-in. I don't think when you were here last time, were you doing that show?
I started it in October of 2017.
Okay.
So
okay.
yeah,
That's been
I just put out episode 60. Well, 62 will come out on Thursday. So
wow,
it's been going a while. Yeah.
His
Well,
was,
I didn't. everything's a blur.
Well,
It's all right.
My
we
brain's
brought
fried.
you into the network like the same time that he started.
Oh,
Originally,
okay.
it was just my show and track record, and that was it. And then we brought the Life on, and we brought Aaron on to do the drive-in, and then we had a couple other shows that came on. Those ones aren't around anymore. But yeah, you guys are, with the exception of me and Robert, you guys are probably been on the network longer than anybody else. So.
Yeah, I've been thinking about rebranding because the more I think about it, the life, I think people get on the show and expect a religious,
they're
religious
getting a religious
thing, and
experience.
yeah,
The one they
they're getting a
expect.
religious experience, just not the one they were
Mostly
looking
just
for.
sitting at home going, "Oh God,
Yeah. Jesus! Oh my God! Oh God, Jesus!
oh dear Lord."
Yeah, we're broadcast all the way to Minnesota. Oh God! Oh God! That's terrible.
Oh crap!
Oh
In,
jeez!
in response to when you said your dad was listening, he just sent a message. Yes, Aaron's dad is listening and shaking his head uncontrollably.
Good. Hi, Dad. How's it going?
Parkinson's?
Now, the funny part about
Luckily,
this,
no.
That's wrong. I apologize for that one.
the funny part is he put his nickname as Big Daddy Lopez.
Yes.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, it's that's a nickname that goes back as long as I can remember. Big Daddy. It's just it was ironically enough. He used to teach. He's gonna kill me for telling.
He's going to kill you because you just said Big Daddy is an ironic nickname.
Well, no, it's
He's like 4'3".
he's a big guy. He's,
okay.
So he actually used to coach women's tennis. So that's the kind of funny part with it. But he just Big Dad Low. Paco, they always called him. So Big Daddy Lopez it's something that's stuck for hell. I can't even. It's been a long time.
Oh,
It's been a long time.
Okay.
So yeah.
So that's not a new. It's not.
No,
a
that's not
nickname
something just
that
for
he
tonight.
created
He's-
just to speak to us.
Yeah. So.
So he also replied, Mama's listening too, questioning what the hell happened.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
And I got to change my tone if Mom's listening.
Yep. Well, just
this
so
is
you
about
know,
to become a religious show now.
just so you know, Mr. Lopez, he's actually the well-behaved one right now. So
Yeah.
we will corrupt him as much as possible before he leaves. Yeah, we've had Jordan in here. We've corrupted her a little bit
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
no,
so,
she's
yeah.
way worse than me. That's not even news to anybody. So.
It's actually news to me. But
No.
I don't know your wife. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I met her during the Unwritten podcast.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Fun time.
So yeah, they're
And she got recast in the new
she's
season
the
of,
lead in the new one, the Hit
yeah.
People.
Yeah, and I didn't get cast. So.
Yeah, hey. Join the party.
Yeah, there's so many things I'm not asked to do.
Nah, it's all right.
Yeah.
Is Unwritten back doing stuff, or is it
So,
a new
no,
show?
Unwritten was a
Dayton
2
Writers Movement
Yeah.
is Unwritten's finished. It was just 2 seasons, but Dayton Writers Movement has the Hidden People.
Hidden
that-
People.
yeah.
So it's kind of
Hidden
more
People,
of like a.
Did you
fantasy
audition
element.
for it?
I did not last.
See, I
year.
did. That's why.
This year I did. Well, so here's the funny part is they would ask me for Unwritten. I don't think I auditioned for anything. Well, no, I did audition for second season, but they'd always just ask me in to like do a quick, hey, we need someone to do something different. For Hidden People, I'm in the second episode at the very end, and it's I read it as I saw it, written down. It's just so racist. It's rough. I'm doing like the Cholo accent, and oh man, I felt bad doing it,
terrible.
but it fits.
One of my first movies that went to Redbox, I actually had to develop a backstory so that I would be okay with doing it
Oh no.
because it was bad. It was bad. I was playing a Mexican gangster. And it was bad. So I developed the backstory that I was actually in witness protection, but I got back into crime, and that was how I hid my identity. It was the only way I could be comfortable enough to do it because it's
My
like
name's
my
Jeff.
accent is terrible.
My name's Jeff.
My name was
When
that was on 3 Knee Deep. It was I think I
Of
spent
course it
about
was.
4 or 5 months on Redbox for rent.
Oh wow!
Unlike 6 Feet Below Hell, which is almost 2 years.
Yeah, it
still
is.
running strong.
Nice.
You still
And-
can't get. Every time I stop at the Redbox by my office, I still can't get it. It's always sold
Yeah,
out.
it has to be spread. They'd spread it around. It's
Yeah.
just hard to find it somewhere. But you can. I believe you can go on Amazon and actually buy
Oh, really?
a DVD of it now.
Yo, that's
you could
cool.
for a while. I'm pretty sure you can still.
They've got
But
Amazon's
we have
got a
Black
lot more
Mambas
strict.
getting ready to come out.
Yeah, I was wondering what was going on with that.
Goocher is in talks right now and going to premiere at Wiley's on May 18th. So yeah,
That'd be cool.
Still all kinds
Well,
of
hey, now
things
we don't have a
going
show that night. I can probably go to the premiere.
Hey, there
there
you
you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, come check
All
out
right.
my Goocher.
Yeah. I tried looking into some of that Amazon distribution stuff. They've gotten really strict now.
They have.
They
have,
they
'cause
want
I
you to
know-
have like legit like closed captioning.
Yeah, for the
and-
streaming and stuff,
Yeah.
they've removed a lot of quality material. A lot of Henrik stuff has
Yeah.
been pulled off of Amazon. And
I know Kevin Goatee's show, Comics Watching Comics, I think they were having a hard time getting it out. I think it's back up now. But yeah, a lot of stuff disappeared in the last year or so.
which is ridiculous. I mean, you got to since Hollywood can't come out with anything new or fresh or worth a crap, they might as well get some independent films out there. I mean, which some of those are just are terrible, but they're great at the same time. That's
I think last year was a pretty good year for indies.
because you got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere as a filmmaker, you know.
Yeah.
Like Sam Raimi started with the Evil Dead.
Yeah.
You know,
Sometimes
and,
you start off,
What's Peter Jackson started out with Dead Alive, which have you ever?
Oh,
that is
yeah.
such a beautiful movie. So cheesy.
Yeah, it's just
Something
gore
about
for
it.
gore's sake. And,
Something about a fella strapping a lawnmower to his chest. And
Yeah.
that was
up
up
there.
full of zombies. That is fantastic.
Dead Alive, Evil Dead, and Suspiria are up there with like three of just the goriest but most beautiful horror movies I've ever seen in my life.
Have you ever seen Castle Freak?
I have.
You have?
I
Okay.
have.
Yeah, where she's cutting up the sausage. That's a disturbing one right there because you don't find out what that is until the end.
Yeah. That made me feel some type of way.
Yeah.
That made me feel some type of way.
It was, that was a rough one.
Yeah.
Well, all this talk about funny things, we need to do the comedy rundown.
Yeah, we do.
And take a little break. So here's this week's comedy. We're just going to get right into it.
Yeah.
Here's this week's comedy rundown, brought to you by the legendary Wiley's Comedy Club at 101 Pine Street in Dayton's historic Oregon District. Call 224-JOKE or go to wileyscomedy.com for all the best in Dayton comedy. Tuesday, April 23rd, tonight, open mic at Peach's Grill at 104 Xenia Avenue in Yellow Springs. That show starts at 8 p.m. You better hurry. Wednesday, April 24th, open mic at Hannah's at 121 North Ludlow Street. That starts at 7 p.m. See Raymond Jackson to get some stage time. Also on Wednesday, an open mic at Mila's Suburban Cafe, which I've heard from Nick Taylor is actually a pretty cool place. So I'm going to have to check that out one of these days because it's not too far from the house. It's at 606 Haywood Road in Englewood. That show starts at 7 p.m. Also on Wednesday, open mic at the Buckeye Sports Lodge at 126 West High Street in Springfield. That show starts at 8 p.m. And an open mic at South Park Tavern at 1301 Wayne Avenue. That show starts at 9 p.m. Thursday, April 25th, open mic at the Spirited Goat at 118 Dayton Street in Yellow Springs. That show starts at 7 p.m. Also on Thursday, the Barrel Laughs Comedy Show at the Barrel at 857 West Central Avenue in Springboro. The amazing Charlie Hester is going to be headlining that show. So you can get out and get a little taste of Charlie before her full show in Wiley's on May 3rd and 4th. If you want to get a little taste. Also on Thursday, open mic at the Barrel House at 417 East 3rd Street from 8:30 to 11 p.m. Also an open mic at the Hookah Bazaar at 958 Patterson Road. That show starts at 10 p.m. Sign-ups if you want stage time are at 9:30. Friday through Sunday, April 26th through the 28th, Pete Lee is at the Dayton Funny Bone at 88 Plum Street at the Green. And Friday and Saturday, April 26th and 27th, The Cry for Help is back at Wiley's Comedy Club at 101 Pine Street in the Oregon District with Ranson Carr, Dale Blumquist, Brock Shank, Jessica Grau, Keith Irvin, Michael Morris, Jack Wilson, and Jake Vance. See, I had those two switching around. On Sunday, April 28th, Wiley's Sunday Comics is back at Wiley's Comedy Club. That show, as always, starts at 8 p.m. and it's only $5. Get out and support your favorite local comics. I believe Mike Canistero is going to be closing that one out.
Oh, good.
I love seeing Mike on stage.
I haven't seen him in
been
so
a while.
long.
Yeah, it's been a while. He doesn't get up as much.
No.
He does the Dose Dollar Store Dining Dudes now, which takes up a lot of his time.
What?
You have not watched the Dose Dollar Store Dining Dudes?
Gesundheit. No.
It's Mike Canistero and Travis Hatch. They basically they buy each other food at the dollar store and they eat it and rate it.
Okay.
I'm an honorary Dude Scout. They interrupted my radio show several weeks back to record an episode of Dos Dollar Store Dining Dudes where they're trying to raise money as Dude Scouts. And they came in with their Dude Scout sashes, and they're selling knockoff Dollar Store Girl Scout cookies.
That is the best thing I've heard all day.
You haven't seen those Dollar Store Dining Dudes, they're like 6 to 8 minutes long, all on YouTube. They're hilarious.
I know what I'm looking at when I get home.
Oh, yeah, they're crazy. But anyway, that is it for comedy shows. As always, check out Wiley'sComedy.com and DaytonFunnyBone.com for details and tickets to upcoming shows. And I believe there's a new open mic on Monday, but I can't remember where it is. And there might be others. I don't know. Any thoughts, Mike, or do you know anything?
Is that the one over at the, what was it? No, I missed it completely. I don't know what's happening right now. Forget it. I don't know what just happened, but.
All right, that's fine. We're going to go ahead and take a break. We're going to play a little Mr. Wiggly's. Speaking of Canistero, here's some Mr. Wiggly's exploration launch with Space Band. Hit it.
Maybe what he needs is for you to pop your titty out his mouth and let the boy grow up.
Excuse me? What did you say?
I didn't stutter. I said, pop your titty out his mouth and stop babying him.
Hey guys, this is Mike Shea from Eventide Entertainment. As you may have noticed, our lineup has been a little scarce lately. We're currently going through some programming changes, and we'd like you guys to be a part of the team. If you've got a podcast or a radio show or an idea for something you'd like to put on the internet, we want to help you make that happen. Send us an email at eventideent@gmail.com with your show idea, and we'll help you get it on the air. What are the benefits of working with Eventide Entertainment? Well, to start with, we'll make sure that your show gets onto all of the best platforms, whether it's Spreaker or SoundCloud or iHeartRadio or Spotify and iTunes. We will get those on the air for you. Not only that, but you will be assigned an executive producer who can handle all of the post-production and editing for your show. All you have to worry about is just recording the show, and they will take care of the rest for you. So that is one less thing that you need to worry about. We've also got a graphics person who will design a custom logo for your show. We'll put together a customized promo for your show that'll play on other shows in the network. So we're all helping each other out. You'll also get your own specialized Dropbox folder and access to our private staff Facebook group. There is literally nothing to lose if you're a host and you join the Eventide team. So make sure you send us an email at eventideent@gmail.com. And for more information and to check out some of our other shows, make sure you check us out on our website, www.eventideent.com. And we hope to see you guys soon.
Wow, there's a lot of stuff you haven't done, Don. People don't ask you to do stuff.
Charlie Hester's still sitting in as a guest co-host. She hasn't run off yet.
No, never.
Giggling about premature ejaculation. Gosh,
dang
that's
it.
so immature. Just totally, or premature. Either way.
I'm sick of kissing.
If we
Would
have
have probably
subtitles
told that
on
one
this
on
show, how are you going to spell coming?
How else? Hey, this is Don Smith from the Life Radio Show and Wiley's Comedy Club. If you want to catch me on stage with the fabulous Charlie Hester, we'll both be at Wiley's on May 3rd and 4th. Come on out and see us along with Keith Bergman. Tickets are available at wileyscomedy.com, or you can hit me up in the WWSU studio.
'Cause I'm a sex tornado, and I'm coming to blow you down.
I am in control of my penis, and I'm like, wow, what is this?
Hi, this is Haywood Banks at Wiley's Comedy Club in Dayton, and you're listening to the Life Radio Show at WWSU, Dayton's Right Choice.
All right, we are back on the Life Radio Show, and we can say teats.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to clarify that we can say.
We spent the whole break looking for whatever loophole we could find. And damn it, we are going to abuse them?
Yep.
I love this show.
Yep. We're gonna grab that teat and run with it. We're gonna milk it.
No.
Wow.
Oh, no.
Hey, we're back on the Life Radio Show, and Aaron has already been disowned.
He is.
I'm kidding. I'm sure they stopped listening 20 minutes ago.
We'll find out. I'll get the text message here pretty soon.
Yeah.
So we're coming
Well, no,
to
I
visit.
did.
We have some concerns.
Yep. Maybe they'll just say they're trying out roosters.
They want to come make sure Jordan's
You're a
actually
failure.
okay.
You're a failure as a son. We're trying out roosters.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Home.
All right, should we try some news stories?
Yeah.
That way we get the focus off of you.
Yeah,
Sure.
please,
All
please.
right. All right. Teats. Okay. I remember Dan Diesel coming into my shows, and when I would do things like that to him, you would hear him sitting over on the other side of the booth just going, because he'd get real nervous. How close I was stepping on that little invisible FCC line. You want to,
Look, Dan is a fountain of
want me to tell you what
professionalism.
FCC stands for?
Bleep and bleep, sucking bleep.
It's pretty close.
You're not far off.
All right, we'll hit some news because we always clean the show up.
It's always
with
a
that.
gamble.
Yeah, absolutely. A Florida man,
Of course.
That's how we are.
Well, this is gonna be good.
I think a message just popped up. This might be
and
it.
I think they got the wrong word too. Listen to this. So this is from Big Daddy Lopez. Still listening, hoping someone is going to show their tweets. Just saying. Oh, and then they tried to say the word, and of course it got censored by our profanity filter.
Aww.
Are you kidding me? You can't even say it on the.
No, because other people could see it.
Yeah, but the FCC isn't regulating your computer, are they? I understand not saying it over the air. Maybe they just figure you'll be too tempted to read it out.
Could be.
That might be.
Yep. Are you broadcasting the computer screen over the airwaves?
I mean, I could if well, not over the airways, but over Facebook.
Just fill it in with T's. A Florida man who spent $8 million purchasing an island earlier this month is now being accused of stealing $300 of goods from a Kmart a week later. Officers for the Key West, there's a Kmart in Key West. I don't know how that happened.
There's a Kmart? You could have just stopped there.
Kmart.
Well, yeah, but that's the only one left is down there in the Conch Republic because they're not really part of the country anymore. They just said, well, we'll still be successful here. Anyway, officers for the Key West Police Department arrested 59-year-old Andrew Lippy on Saturday on a felony charge of grand theft of $300 to under $5,000. How's that grand? Is that grand theft? $300 to under $5,000, or did they just rewrite the rules for him? They didn't like him.
Maybe. I mean, it's Florida.
Yeah, he just spent $8 million for an island.
Right. Yeah.
Spent $8 million purchasing an island. I wonder if it was Key West. He probably should have just saved up and bought that. He'd own the police too. Authorities said between March 30th and April 5th, Lippy stole $300.59 worth of goods from a local Kmart. From the Kmart, the only one left.
So what did he do? Steal everything in the Kmart? Because that's about what it would total up to.
Including a Keurig coffee maker, a Hamilton Beach coffee maker, because the guy loves his coffee.
Apparently.
8 light bulbs and a bed skirt.
Yeah, believe it or not, the bed skirt, most expensive thing there.
Probably, and the Keurig. You know, it's which
what I want to know is you put them all together. What's the evening looking like?
It's
coffee.
Very energetic. For starters,
it depends on what kind of light bulbs he got. Like, did he get the red ones or the regular ones?
He had like black lights. That would have been.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. That's an evening right there.
He was shooting the sequel to the Goocher.
Black lights. Oh yeah. You got to have a black light when you're checking out the Goocher. That's all there is to it. Police said Lippy bought the items, then allegedly returned the original boxes with other things packed inside. For instance, one box that was supposed to hold a $165 Keurig coffee maker. Oh, he went for the good one. Had a basketball inside. I'm hoping deflated. You know?
Gonna put the bed skirt on it.
Yep. While a used coffee maker replaced the new Hamilton Beach model in another box. So yeah, he was just turning his old crap in. Maybe he was just confused. Well, he was confused. He thought he bought the whole island.
Well, if you were walking around Key West and saw Kmart, you'd be confused too.
That's true. That's true. Where am I? 1982? Oh.
Plot twist. The 8 light bulbs he took were all the blue light special light bulbs.
Yeah, there you go. That's what it was. They were in use. He thought they closed down too. 13 turned out to be a lucky number for a North Carolina man who set a new Guinness World Record for, quote, putting the most people in a soap bubble in 30 seconds. Because you can get a record for anything.
Wow.
How do you practice that?
You pick a lot of people and get a lot of soap bubbles, I guess. The record educating organization announced Saturday the 56-year-old Stephen Langley put individual bubbles around 13 people. So you have it; they are each in their own individual.
I thought it was a big ass bubble.
Yeah, that's less impressive.
Nothing worse than a big ass bubble. Well, he already said it, Patrick.
Shake that bubble butt.
Yeah. Put individual bubbles around 13 people in that time frame of 30 seconds, posting a video of him performing the sudsy stunt in November at the Huntersville Arts and Cultural Center, because where else? Langley owns 6 other Guinness World Records, including most paddle balls controlled simultaneously by a person, longest hanging chain of soap bubbles, and most people making bubbles with garland wands simultaneously. You can literally get anything. Find something that nobody else has done yet. You can get a record for it with like 2 things. If you've done 2 of them, That's still more than anybody else would have thought to done.
That Arts and Cultural Center has a very loose description of what it considers arts and cultural if all of them are bubble related.
Right. Well, not all of them.
But it is North Carolina, so yeah.
Not all of them. One of them was paddleball related.
Oh well.
Yeah.
There you go.
He branches out.
Okay.
But no, just pick a weird thing that nobody else would do, and you could get a record for it. Like most poodles balanced on a chainsaw. That's
now that you said that, someone's done it.
Yep, somebody's probably working on it right now. Oh, there's
Bubble Boy out
one.
there.
Now
He's figuring out a way to do it.
Yep, the record was 1. Now it's 2 halves. Well, don't turn the chainsaw on. Oh, that's not so much balance as split.
Poor big sexy.
It was a split decision. Charlie's going to punch you right in the teeth when she comes.
First thing on the air, you hear a smack.
She ripped his teeth right off. Mars Wrigley Confectionery announced it's offering a paid internship. This is for all you college students out there. For someone willing to taste test new candy flavors in Chicago. The candy maker, which offered a similar World's Sweetest internship position last year, said this year's winning candidate will also be responsible for organizing public events and activities on behalf of the company. The 8 to 12 week Chicago-based internship, which the company says will be, quote, fully paid in candy, carries duties including taste testing new candy flavors, creating a personalized chewing gum flavor. That sounds gross. Visiting various Mars Wrigley facilities across the country and documenting their experience with the company on social media. That sounds fun.
Yeah, I mean, I was just in Chicago. I don't know if I trust a whole lot of Chicago people. They put, celery, salt, and pickles on their hot dogs.
The benefits include a quote signing bonus of 1 year's worth of candy. See, that's what I said. It was paid in candy. The company said the ideal candidate should be at least 21 years old, be quote someone who isn't afraid to ring every doorbell in every neighborhood on Halloween. In Chicago, that's nobody. There's nobody that will do that.
No.
Be quote passionate about the city of Chicago and prove they can keep a potted peppermint plant alive for at least 8 weeks.
Be willing to die in Chicago.
Yes. Will you go to every house?
I just spent a week in Chicago. I just spent a week in Chicago. I didn't have to knock on any doors. I didn't leave my hotel. Except to go eat weird pizza,
right?
And avoid the crazy homeless Vietnam vet sitting outside of his wheelchair, screaming, "Get out of here!" every time I walked out the door.
Clearly, this is not an internship for everybody.
No,
it might not be suited for you.
No,
at least they're getting paid though.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
some
candy,
internships won't even give you candy.
That's true.
Yep, candy and diabetes. That's Sorry, diabetes.
Man.
Every household in Chicago.
That's
just
so
knock
many.
on every door. Does
that include apartment buildings? Because those are huge.
Oh yeah, but you'd probably only make it through like maybe 20% before somebody shot you anyway. You're in Chicago. You'd have better luck in Detroit because at least half the houses there are vacant.
That's true.
True.
Oh man.
All the cities are going to be made
right now.
Life
Some
radio
Detroit guy
show.
sitting in his not house.
Yeah. Sitting in the house.
Ohio radio jerk.
Yeah, there's somebody right now squatting in a house in Detroit thinking, I'm going to call my buddy that just shot somebody in Chicago, and we're going to go shoot this guy in Dayton now.
He's like, that Don Smith is such a tweet.
I'm going to get him right in his Goocher.
I'm going to pull his teeth off and grab him right in the Goocher. What a tweet.
And then we'll send his dead body over to his wife at Rooster.
Yep. Oh, a little prick. See? Right there on my finger. Prick my fingers. There's a rough spot on this table. It's got a little prick.
Oh, I'm hot.
Well, that's because we're in right state and the HVAC department's terrible.
Yeah, I know.
I'm kidding. There were some that were all right. They're union, so they don't care. And it's a state job, so they like double don't care. Police in New York State said a driver offered an explanation for what caused her to lose control of her car. There was a spider inside. The Cairo Police Department said officers responded along with personnel from Cairo Fire, Cairo Ambulance, Greene County Medics, and the Greene County Sheriff's Office. That's a lot of people. When a vehicle left the road on Silver Spur Road and crashed, the driver, who suffered a leg injury and apparently had to be escorted out by 500 different people and medical services, told police she lost control of the vehicle when she spotted a spider close to her. Yeah, the department said, we know that it's easier for some drivers than others, but please try to teach new drivers and yourselves to overcome the fear and pull over to a safe place.
I'm not saying I get it, but I get it.
It's a spider. Yeah, I mean, if it's a tarantula or, like a black widow, okay, maybe it's going to freak me out a little bit. But it was probably one of the little tiny
spiders
are
evil, man. Spiders are evil. That's all I'm saying.
No, I can relate.
Yeah, I'm with her on this one. It's
okay.
I want to know if she set the car on fire afterwards, because then I really relate.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah,
kill it with fire.
I just want to know if her name was Miss Muffet.
And is it ironic that she hurt her leg, of all things?
Her license plate probably said "Curds and Whey."
Yeah. We're all over the map tonight.
Oh man! Well, in Florida, we hit North Carolina.
Oh,
we're covering. We're gonna circle the whole U.S.
Oh yeah, we're circle the whole T.
We hit Chicago, and we went to
New
Detroit.
Jersey.
Oh,
there you go.
Perfect. Yes.
Police in New Jersey said a peacock escaped from its enclosure at a park and has been giving officers the slip. Mine was a pink slip. What color was your slip? The Highland Park Police Department said Chester, the peacock, escaped from Johnson's Park's Animal Haven in Piscataway and wandered down the road to Highland Park. Police said they renamed the bird Chester the Terrible. That's not even clever. After he managed to evade police attempting to recapture him. Chester took off yesterday. You might have seen us chasing it unsuccessfully in the area of Cedar Lane, police said in a Facebook post. Unfortunately, we can't fly, so Chester got the better of us.
Yeah, well, good for Johnson Peacock. Yeah.
I don't think flying had anything to do with it.
Well, we got Johnson's Peacock. Don's wife's looking at Roosters. It's a great day.
It's a peacock named Chester.
First thought I had is, can you say that on the air?
Look, yeah. As long as you don't talk about it being a sucker.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you can't suck a peacock on the air.
Wow.
Because they fly. Most of what they do is in the air.
I'm just waiting for the day where, I come to be on this show, and I go to the parking lot attendant. I'm here to be on Don Smith's radio show. No, you're not.
Yeah, no. They just took him out of here.
Oh man. That day is coming, and I hope I get to be here when it happens.
I'll make sure I invite you.
We're
both getting carted out.
I really hope I'm here on the day where you finally just get told, Don, don't come back.
Yeah. Oh, it's coming.
Be done.
How do you spell that? Okay. Authorities in Florida. We'll get serious.
We're back
for a Florida story. Yeah. Well, we came full circle.
Yeah.
Let's. Oh, okay. This is kind of.
We got a manic laugh out there.
My apologies.
Lobby.
Somebody likes the show.
Yeah, well, it's a peacock comment. Authorities in Florida are asking for the public's help in tracking down a man who they say burglarized a Little League concession stand wearing nothing more than a ball cap and gloves.
Nothing more?
Nothing more. No, yes, nothing more. That is, yeah.
Okay.
The Pinellas, I was going to say it a different way.
Go for it.
The county sheriff's office says a naked burglar struck the stand at Fisher Field in the Dunedin almost 2 weeks ago. Deputies say the burglar stole cameras and a cash box with $250 inside, and he calls $5,000 in damage. Surveillance video. How'd they get that? He took the cameras. Surveillance video obtained by the Tampa Bay Times shows the man taking a package of hot dogs. No, it didn't. You can't charge him with that. He had that when he walked in.
So was the guy's name Oscar Mayer by any chance?
Oh, they could.
He walked out with them, but he wasn't holding them.
Didn't give his name. He must have.
Glove in the wiener.
He left without a trace. He got away. He got away scot free.
Yeah, buns and all.
Yep. That's all they saw. Was just buns running off into the night with a package of wieners.
You know, what's sad is you say you can't wearing only gloves, and my first thought went to, so if he's wearing two baseball gloves, how is he stealing stuff? But there's other gloves, Mike. I don't know. Come on.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now that you mention it, I was picturing baseball gloves too.
If he had a catcher's mitt cupping down there, it'd have been fine. It would have been a lot.
The baseball caps. So just like, and they didn't going for the whole ensemble.
And he didn't say. They didn't say where he was wearing the baseball.
Right.
Cap.
So my question is, why didn't he steal the bases?
Yeah, they almost caught him, but he slid into home. He was safe.
Batter up.
I quit. And a lot of your parents just sighed in relief when I said I quit. It's about time.
Baseball puns. We like that.
We're batting 1,000 tonight.
Oh, yeah.
We got time for one more, and I don't know if I like this one.
Uh-oh.
So we'll move on.
Okay.
Pennsylvania is getting an official amphibian.
Oh.
A nocturnal unsightly salamander.
That's very specific.
Wait, didn't we already get one of those for president? No. A nocturnal unsightly salamander that's sometimes known as a snot lizard, lasagna lizard, or mud devil.
Lasagna lizard?
Okay, hold on.
Let's go back to the lasagna. We want to call this one. Let's call it the snot lizard. Not like lasagna lizard. How are those the two options?
Yeah, because from snot to lasagna, I guess they use too much ricotta cheese.
And then the mud. What was the other one?
Mud devil.
How are those the only option?
How do they go from one to the other?
That's not its real name.
What's the train of thought here?
That's not its real name.
I don't care about the actual story anymore. I want to get to the bottom of the name and get this lizard.
You want to get to the bottom of the snot lizard.
Who's on that committee?
I'm trying to...
the snot lizard sounds like something you'd pair up against the Goocher.
Round one. Fight.
My money's on the snot lizard. That thing can take a beating.
Well, when you don't have any roosters handy, you go for a snot lizard.
Oh,
my face hurts, Mike. Let's finish this. The House voted 191-6 Tuesday to grant that honor to the Eastern Hellbender. That's where you get the mud devil.
Okay.
It's a hellbender.
Eastern hellbender.
Which can grow to be more than 2 feet long and is battling declining numbers across much of its range in the United States because nobody likes a snot lizard. The path to legislative recognition was not smooth, although the lizard is. No. As the Eastern Hellbender faced a stiff challenge from another amphibian, the
Stiff challenge.
I hate it when your snot lizard gets stiff. It's more useful that way.
The peacock is jealous now.
I think I'm going to try Rooster. Anyway, the whirly salamander almost took the snot lizard for all of his work.
Going back to that vote, there's 6 people who are still like,
yeah,
you know what? We're going with the salamander.
Yeah. You keep your snot lizard to yourself. Representative Garth Everett, who helped shepherd the bill through the House, says hellbenders had been on decline. Snot lizards are rising. Not many people have actually seen hellbenders. They live in the very clean streams, and they live under rocks. because you don't want to stick your snot lizard in a dirty stream.
That's where you get the lasagna. Like,
Oh man.
Wow, that was it.
Everything hurts.
we got a few
All
comments
right.
from Michael Morris on Facebook.
Okay. I love Michael Morris. I'm glad I'm going to see him on stage this weekend at Wiley's. He's part of the Cry for Help show. I think the 7:15. Michael, answer me if you're listening. The 7:15, the early show at Wiley's. Is that the one you're on? Nobody can. I'm not going to wait.
It's going to take him like 15 seconds to see his response.
Because we're on a delay, and then he's got to type it, so nobody will hear it anyway.
Right.
So while we're doing that, what do you guys got coming up? I know you want to shout out your little combo Avengers Endgame.
Our little combo.
Thanks,
Don.
Yes.
No Big Daddy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
Big Daddy Snot Lizard. That's
this Sunday at 5:30. 5:30. We'll be on Spreaker. So if you look up Eventide on Spreaker, you'll find the stream there. But then every Thursday, I've got a show that goes up at 9 a.m. We've got a lot of different guest hosts. I've been lucky to start doing some remote hosting. So get some friends from back home in Illinois, some friends down in Houston. We don't have to have them in the apartment to record. So it's been pretty cool to do that. We're doing a lot of new movies, and we always have about once a month we do a drunk drive-in. So watch a really bad movie.
Drive-in.
And we enjoy a little beverage to it. So a lot of fun.
Those drunk driving episodes are like the best thing.
They're funny.
Man, they're so funny.
Just to clarify, the show is called Drive-In, so you do drunk driving because it almost sounded like you said those drunk driving episodes.
Oh yes. No, and the first
We've
time
all
I was
been
like,
there,
well,
Mike.
what am I going to call it? Well, just the drunk drive-in. And I'm like, oh, hold on now.
Should we do that?
That doesn't sound right. So we have to say, well, we don't condone any drinking and driving. Everybody here's got an Uber or a ride home.
All right. Mm-hmm. So be sure to check out the Drive-In and the Drunk Drive-In and the Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, I'm looking
and
forward
all
to
that.
it. It'll be a good show.
Thanks a lot for coming in, Aaron. Mike's going to stick around for the next half.
Yep.
We're going to go ahead and we're going to take a little break, pay the bills for the station, I guess, and we'll be back with, I believe I saw Kevin Rupert heading in there, so we'll be back with Rupert. All right, take us away, Patrick. Thanks for listening to the Life Radio Show podcast. Check us out on Eventide Entertainment Podcast Network or wherever you listen to podcasts. Remember, if you want to listen live, we're on Tuesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. on WWSU 106.9 FM, with repeats on Wednesdays from 10 to noon and Thursdays from noon to 2. You can also stream the show live at WWSU1069.org. If you have suggestions or comments for the show, feel free to email thelife1069@gmail.com.
Presence overwhelms me. The brutal presence.
Potted peppermint plant